everybody, what's up? So today I want to talk about the hot dog gate that has transpired yesterday on Miss Daisy's channel. I do have respect for Daisy. I want to make that clear. I am not going to rep on her, nor am I going to say anything bad about her, because that's just, that's her deal. That's her business of whatever she's got going on over there. And I'm cool with that, right? I'm not going to rip on anybody for that. So let's just get into it. So let's talk about the hot dog gate and what transpired yesterday or last night. And I think it's really important to put that thought in the foreground again, that this is about finding Summer. And Summer still has not been found. She's been missing since June 15th, 2021. And also what we have to note is that it was still at the height of the pandemic. And let's just jump right into it. So it was said yesterday that Candace had fed Summer that morning, which, kids are hungry. They always want to have something to eat. They always want snacks. You just gotta go with the flow with them. And then there's also some kids that aren't really hungry. You offer them food and they won't take it because they're not hungry. But then once they're hungry, they're just gonna either ask for it or just grab it. Let's just leave it at that. Maybe Dawn and Candace should try with cereal, oatmeal, or Sammy for starters in the morning. But I feel like, of course, they can't anymore because they've done lost all their kids they've ever had. I mean, if you remember that Candace had 2 children prior to the children that she had with Dawn. One was a girl and one was a boy, and I don't know too much about them, so I'm not going to bring them up. I just know that they've been also taken away from Candace, and this has been you could just say this has been going throughout on their lives like a red piece of string, And then you have those 3 little boys that just been almost 2 years as that the boys have been removed from the Wells household. I'm not too surprised that this happened, to be honest. We just have to really remember that this is about finding Summer and nothing else. And none of these appearances on these panels and making up these other stories about the SA, all that other stuff doesn't matter. What matters is really that we're finding Summer. And I feel like we're not getting anywhere because there's always these lies. There's this misinformation that's been put out. And you really won't believe how many times I've sat there and listened to their stories, and I'm telling you their stories because it just doesn't make any sense. Any person with somewhat common sense or with a little bit of common sense will think, this doesn't add up. Why don't we still have a real timeline? And according to Dawn and Candace, the only people that know that timeline is law enforcement and Dawn and Candace themselves. But they cannot check on it anymore because it's been erased from their phones when they turn it in. So that brings me to a question. When was the last time they actively looked and searched for her? When did they put out flyers and met with law enforcement? And when was the last time they spoke to the sheriff of Hawkins County in Tennessee? This is a question that we need to get answers because according to the sheriff, they're not cooperating. Supposedly, they have lawyers and they are not cooperating. Now, let me tell you this. It doesn't matter what your neighbors say. Doesn't matter who you're trying to impress with all your lies and stories. And yeah, you might have some people out there that really believe that, but come on now, let's just be real. And maybe this video sometime will get to Dawn and Candace and maybe they'll realize hey, hold on, this isn't working anymore. Your kids are loved worldwide. And believe me when I say worldwide, because this case has been making their rounds everywhere. And you just need to find it in you and yourself and amongst each other to finally tell what really happened. on that day. If it was an accident, maybe something happened with the boys and Summer accidentally got hurt. How are we supposed to know? When you're out here making up all these stories, pranking people, pretending to be something that you're not. Dawn, you've been saying that when you went to Utah and took Josie with you, that you really make good money. Boy, your property taxes are delinquent. You haven't even paid those $200. How can you not pay $200 when you're making all this money supposedly? And it really grinds my gears. Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it doesn't affect me. And I'm just trying not to get too emotional over it because it just really boggles my mind. You know, you've done lost all these kids, and you call me whatever you want to call me. You can be mean to me. You can drag me. My information is all out there. You know how I look. I don't give a flying F. I don't care. I am ready. And until you're not realizing that we're all trying to help finding your daughter, then this and all your appearances anywhere will lead to nowhere. This is a one-way street. This will be like a cul-de-sac. It's like, oh, it's that Mary and Mary go round. You always repeat yourself. Always. And Candace, really, as a mother that have bared 7 children in their womb, was it 6 or 7? I don't care. Because the 7th child is alleged, that was born and just got taken away, but that was already when you were with Dawn. So we're not going to talk about that because we don't really know what happened. I am positive that the story you said that happened wasn't what happened. And with that, I'm going to leave it